Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to properly place a hook keeper on a spinning rod with a movable hood reel seat. Alright, let's talk about the tools we're going to need. On my workbench, I still run the hand wrapper from CRB. I love it. It fits in my workspace very easily. It's mobile. I can take it anywhere I need to go to repair, to fix, to build. It's great. So a hand wrapper is a great starting point and I still use it to this day. I'm also going to be using a file. So the file is going to be used for prepping the foot of the hook keeper. I'm going to be using the CRB Arrow hook keeper. This one is really nice. It is a drop shot style hook keeper. It gives you some room to slide a bait underneath there without tearing the plastic, and it also allows you to just put a hook right under there. Also, thread burnishing tool and 1/4-inch tape to anchor that hook keeper down before you're going to wrap. Now, for the reel seat and handle setup, I do have the FUJI VSS style handle. Got just a regular fighting butt here with a composite cap on the end, the VSS seat, and the movable hood. Now remember, this hood does move, so that's why placement of the hook keeper is going to be very important. Okay, so first what we're going to do is I'm going to prep the hook keeper. The hook keeper is going to sit on top of the rod blank like this, and you always want to be sure that the opening for the Arrow style hook keeper or any drop shot style hook keeper is facing rearward, because you're going to take a hook and slide a hook up underneath there. If it's facing the other direction, it won't work properly. So I'm going to prep this hook keeper, sand the foot just like you would a guide, and then that way the thread is going to ride right up on there. Down here on the foot, it'll be a nice and clean install. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a file, and I'm going to turn the hook keeper over, and I'm just going to file this foot down a little bit. It's just going to give you a place for the thread to work up onto the hook keeper. All right, now that we've got that prepped, let's talk a little bit about placement. You can easily put the hook keeper down here in the split grip. A lot of people do that. I personally don't like it. I like it up in front of the reel seat. It's out of the way. When it's down here in the handle, sometimes it gets tangled on a shirt, whether it's on your sleeve, whether it's against your body. I've heard people talking about that it pokes them in a hook set situation, things like that. So I like it up and out of the way, and we're actually going to replicate a build that I have here. This is one that I use a ton. You can see the wear on the cork, so it does get used quite a bit. So if you notice here, this is the older style drop shot hook keeper with the exact same handle setup. So what I do is that is about a thumb width out in front of this, because remember, this is going to unscrew and of course it's going to hit the hook keeper. Now all we have to do is be sure that this reel will fit inside the reel seat. That's all you have to do. So once you get one of these done, you always have a guide to go on. So we know that about a thumb width is going to be good. That is a Shimano Stratic 2500, so most 2500 size reels are going to be about the same. So I would go on that. I'm going to show you here up close. We've got about a thumb width here. That's going to give enough room here to slide this movable hood, and then still plenty of room so the reel will slide right in that reel seat. So we are going to start with placing the hook keeper. Again, I'm using the 1/4-inch tape that you could get from Level. I'm going to place it on top of the rod blank. Now on this reel seat, and a lot of reel seats, there's a seam on the back here. So looking down this reel seat, there is a seam here. So try to follow the back of this seam right down to your hook keeper to right there. So there'll be a seam right there. Follow it right on down. That'll help you get this aligned so it's right on top. With a spinning reel, of course, the line and the guides are on the bottom of the rod. Having the hook keeper on top really minimizes tangles. We have very, very few tangles when running this. I've been doing it for years, and I still recommend running a drop shot style hook keeper on top of the rod blank. So now it's just time to wrap. I'll go around the blank twice with my thread. It seems to do a little bit better job of locking this thread down on your initial pass. I'm going to bring the tag into the bottom of the rod blank. Just gives for a cleaner look. And that way your tag in is down here on the bottom and it's not to be seen. You still have to maneuver that thread around a little bit. Now we can go and we can cut our tag in. We'll use that thread for later to lock down this wrap. For those that are wondering what thread this is Color Fast size B, and the color is 822. Just a kind of a cool gray. A little burnishing there. We'll clean that up at the end. So you just lightly run the razor blade over that tape. That'll allow you to trim it, get that tape out of the way, and finish wrapping. Every so often I stop to be sure, make a little adjustment, make sure the hook keeper is on straight. Now what I'm going to do is leave what to me appears to be about 3 or 4 thread passes before the curve here where it necks up. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of room there. Create my loop from my previous tag end. And then I'm just going to wrap over this loop twice, 3 times. You got 4 wraps on top of the loop here. Pull and release your tension back off of the hand wrapper. Drop your tag in there. And we're going to pull it through like this. Give it a little snug there at the end. Come in with a burnishing tool. Make sure it's nice and flat. We're going to trim that. So there you have the hook keeper, CRB Aero style hook keeper on a Fuji VSS. Spinning setup. It's got a movable hood. That'll give you plenty of room to allow to get that reel in and out of that reel seat. Keep everything nice and tight, clean, and keep that hook keeper as close to the handle as possible, and it'll minimize your tangles. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Run over to mudhole.com to buy everything you see here on my workspace, and we'll be back soon for a few more tips and tricks. Thanks for watching.